Good day, everybody. It is Calxiyn here, and if you guys enjoy this video, remember to subscribe, become patrons over on Patreon to support the channel, and follow us over on social media. So, we are going to be resuming the RWBY comic situation. Our last one was 7, so we are now on episode 8. There are 14, so we're probably going to do one a week, until we finish, and that's going to be our RWBY content for, not the only thing, but, like, our primary sort of focus is getting this comic, all taken care of. So,
because
I actually really liked this one.
Yeah.
Like, some of them have been
hit and miss.
Cringy. So, I'm glad that this one...
When they were good, they were excellent.
When they were good, they were good. When they were bad, they were bad.
When they were bad, they were plagiarizing.
Yeah, so that's that on that. But I really like this one and the relationship that Callie and Blake have here because, like, this should have been in the show. Yes. Okay? Like, Blake's arc is one of the worst parts of RWBY.
The menagerie parts of it?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
There's some good points. I will defend Ilya a lot, but
yeah, I will defend Ilya as well.
Questionable parts of it.
So yeah, like, this should have been in there because this is what we needed in the show. And I know, like, obviously they can't go back and do it. That's the whole point of doing the comics, but I'm just like...
Listen, in 30
prayer
years...
circle for hopefully, like, the RWBY remake in 30 years.
Yeah, in 30 years, when Disney buys Rooster Teeth...
Exactly.
They will do a live-action RWBY. I will play Ozpin.
Oh my god. It doesn't have to be live
you
action. I mean,
Linda.
animated would be fine. Anyways. So, yeah. We start with Blake going home.
At first, I thought it was going to be like, oh, Sun's going to be in this one. Sun wasn't in this one.
That's a good thing. His head is right there. For the rest of him, it's okay.
He sits down once, it's great.
Because he gives her space that she asked for.
Yeah.
And, like, that would have improved Sun's character so much.
In the show.
If he, listened to her when she said that. But yeah, so Blake hates herself. What else is new? I mean, it's a lot in this comic.
The self-loathing
like, her mom is like, yeah, I'm afraid you're gonna kill yourself because of you. No, she literally says that, and I'm just like...
It went dark.
Okay. But yeah, I do understand, like, what Blake is saying, especially in this panel. I really just took a picture of this panel because I like seeing, like, Gear and them all having the big
wonderful
hug. But it's like, Blake doesn't understand why her parents still love her, basically. She doesn't think that she's deserving of their love, is basically the gist of this one. So as we continue, this was really cute.
Look at how goddamn adorable that photo is.
I mean, Blake has that hair now. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
So the comic came out, and now Blake has that hair again, and so that could be representative of her returning to that childhood self, right? Because she's like this shy, innocent girl who never grew up. Like, you know what I mean? Like, she feels like she sabotaged her future, but now she's going back more into her past. This comic just really resonated with me, like, for those sort of, for those sort of theming, I guess. Like, that she is, like, almost apologizing and, like, getting retribution for the girl that didn't get to grow up. Like, all of that sort of stuff, right? And, like, coming into herself and how she was before Adam.
She's gaining maybe like that trust and optimism she had as a child.
Exactly, and I really like that. But I really like this picture. I guess.
Yeah, bows. She put bows in
missing a tooth. Like, it's
so
just
happy.
really cute. And then Callie's like, all right, kids, we're going fishing.
To Azure
Let's
Island.
go. And so this is an island. So I'm assuming Menagerie is like... island, and then there's like island on the coast and all that sort of stuff. So we got some interesting things about Sun, like, hey, I need some space. Yeah. And she says, and space and sunshine and fresh air you shall have, and I like that. I'm surprised that Callie's not a bit more tan, considering how much, like, they're outside, you know what I mean? And, like, what she's wearing. Like, I'm surprised she's not
Blake when you look at them.
I guess like, you know what I mean? Gotta slather on that sunscreen.
Can we also talk about
what?
Callie's outfit? Because, like, she goes out for the beach, and I'm like,
yeah, she's a full-piece bathing suit. Yeah. She has her boob window, like, right here. I mean...
It is kind of sexy. I'm like, rock on, Mom Belladonna. Listen, you thought it too.
Anyway, I'm just saying,
you thought
it looks normal to me. Anyway.
I'm not the only one. I'm
it's
not saying
the epitome of sexy, is all I'm saying.
I'm not saying
like,
it's
not
a bad
to say
thing.
anything about Callie, I'm just saying it's not like...
I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it's like, they know what the people wanted.
So yeah, I wonder if this story is going to be in the RWBY Fairy Tales book, because I am going to plan a video on that sometime this week, but basically they released the cover, and it seems like there's hints on the cover to what fairy tales are going to be in the book. Like, there's a tower, and that's obviously Salem's tower, right? And there's the gods, and obviously their story is going to be in it. But as for other stories, there's a koi fish or some sort of fish, I think, on the book. I'm not sure if there's two, because that could change things, but I think there's one fish. And obviously, like, if you guys have read the comic, we'll get to that, but there's a giant fish in the waters here, right? And so it could be that the fish that's on the fairy tale book is the representation of this story of the girl who threw herself in the sea. Because this sounds like some sort of folk thing or a fairy tale, because there's going to be 10 or 8 fairy tales in the RWBY book, so I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, they kind of already retold it here, in a sense, so I don't know if that would be in it, but it's nice to see sort of the fairy tales of Remnant.
Also, Faunus Princess who loved a human.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of Little Mermaid-y, I guess.
I was thinking it was more Blake and Yangy.
Oh.
Because she's kind of a princess.
I thought you meant, like, but she didn't throw herself into the sea because they couldn't be
together. But she
together.
kind of did, in a sense. Like, she ran away and distanced herself out
No,
of grief.
but, like, she died, sis.
I know, she didn't snap her neck, but, like, parallels
It's supposed to be the
Yeah.
Little Mermaid, because she falls in love with a human, and then at the end of the Little Mermaid, she throws herself back in the sea and drowns. So, I think by comparison, it just makes a little more sense. I know what you're saying.
Yeah, it's there.
I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure that it's just
Listen, I understand that Disney owns your soul, and that it's been
but it's
15
not the
minutes
Disney
since
version.
you mentioned
That's
that.
what I'm
I guess
saying.
that is true,
It's
yeah.
Hans
Grim,
Christian Andersen.
yeah.
She jumped into the water and died. That's what's going on right here. When a messenger brought her the ring from the battlefield where her true love fell, she climbed to this mountain and threw herself into the sea. So the human was fighting and then died, and then she killed herself. Yeah.
And then everyone died.
And then I like what Callie says here, because I think it's just this morbid sense of humor. Like, they were like, some say she died of a broken heart, but I think that she broke her fucking neck. Like, I think that that's funny. Yeah.
I like that we're getting, like, alternative outfits for
I guess.
Blake
I mean, they're
and
just in
them,
bathing
too.
suits.
Yeah, but this is the beach episode that people wanted and probably aren't getting until
So,
now.
yeah, she has to be like, Mom, I'm not killing myself over Adam. And her mom's just like, why would I worry about that? I'm worried about you killing yourself because of yourself. And I was just like...
I mean, a little bit.
Like, they said that in the RWBY comic?
It was a little punchy.
That? But yeah, so that was interesting. And so they basically have this big talk, you know, about how Blake can't forgive herself. And it's still pining about the one that got away, the vision of the girl that you think that you should have been. And so I think that it's a really meaningful couple of lines. Because it's not about, you know, we think, oh, the one that got away, like, as the true love. But it's like, love yourself, Blake. I don't know.
You gotta have internal love.
I really like this comic, and it's very interesting to see this comparison, like the princess and the ring. You know what I mean? Because that's, I don't know. It's sort of weird because, like,
I'm just saying they made the princess look a little bit like Blake too.
Well, I know they did make her look like Blake, and I think that Y is like the bottle cap that she holds at the end is like the ring, and so there's, I think, more the comparison, like with the Yang and Blake stuff. But yeah. I don't know, like, I guess that's the thing that connects them, but at the same time, their stories really have nothing in common other than human and Faunus. You know what I mean?
And
like
the
ring
and grief.
I guess, yeah.
I'm just saying, that's the connection that I saw. I think both are valid. I like that. I like your Little Mermaid, because obviously
I'm just saying, I don't know why their pictures are side by side here specifically, because it's like,
it's
Blake
the
was a
version
little
of what
girl
you want
who
to
never...
see,
Maybe. Like, it's just like Blake was a little girl that never got to grow up properly, like, in a sense. Like, Adam, you know, I don't want to say stunted her, but you guys understand what I mean. Like,
negatively
whereas
affected
this
her.
girl, like, lost her true love and threw herself into the ocean. So I'm not entirely sure, like, what the comparison is supposed to be. Like, maybe Callie is like, yeah, you shouldn't kill yourself over a man.
I think the comparison they're doing is like, who do you want to become? Like, the person who is trusting and loving, like your past self, or this person who is self-destructive over their own grief?
Okay, that makes sense.
That's what I get
That
from
makes
it.
sense. But I mean,
which is why I think I also made that
blame
earlier
her. Like,
comparison.
obviously, if she did it over
yeah.
Adam, that's like a yikes for me because Adam was abusive, but I still understand that. But this girl, like, she was genuinely in love with this guy, and like, we can assume for all, you know, for all accounts, like, he treated her right or something, you know what I mean? So her grief, like, I don't know.
It's maybe more valid, but then again,
I don't want to say more valid because like everyone's
I don't
grief is
say
valid,
that, especially.
But I'm saying like for her, it's
relationship.
like, you know, I don't know. It's hard to explain. Like there was genuine love between them, and she felt like she couldn't go on anymore. If that makes sense.
I think
and like people feel like they can't go on for a bunch of reasons, but I'm like, I don't know. The comparison is a little like, just because I'm like, I don't know. Like this girl had a valid reason to be
I think it's less of a
upset
comparison,
and throw
more
herself
of two
into
choices.
the ocean.
That's how
I think that you're right. I think that you're right in how you explain that. It is the sort of like the two sort of options because she was consumed by grief and all that stuff. But again, like, I don't know. Like, what other way could have there been if your true love died in the battlefield fighting the war against the human in the forest?
What I also loved is that we haven't seen how this affects Kylie and
Gira at all.
And in this, we get, like, we weren't mad at you, we were mad at ourselves because we did not see Adam for who he was.
Yeah, and I think that's good.
That's excellent, I think.
That's good that they take responsibility in a sense.
Because that's the type of, like, healing you need.
For that to be in the show.
I'm like, anyway. God, that could have been so good!
I know.
You didn't... Oh, man.
So yeah, they talk about her, and they talk about Adam, and, like, how they'll always be there for her, which I think is nice, and that, you know, they say that love is about taking responsibility and stuff like that, and that they'll still love her, like, she'll always be loved.
This was better.
You know
Talking about frustration.
Neither of us deserve the other, and we don't have to. I really like that. Like, it's not about deserving, it's about having, I guess.
We're here, and we need to love each other.
Like, you don't need to be at this, like, threshold for us to love you and all that stuff. So I think that that was nice. And I think that this was just a nice moment. And we also get how they feel about Adam. Like, she was like, that murderous, treacherous thief.
That's what it is. Like, that dumb, crazy motherfucker. We shouldn't have left you two alone.
Like, the art in this one is a lot better, by the way, in my opinion. Like, I remember the art being... There's
like,
really peaks
John
and valleys.
looked a little weird a couple times.
Yeah.
He looked weirdly angular, maybe.
The only thing, I'm like, they're laying it on a little bit thick with this. Like... We wanted to give him the same endless chances, didn't want to ruin his future in the future of Alphonsus. Like, that's, like, I think that what they're trying to go for is, like, what people say, like, if a guy has, like, sexually assaulted a girl, like, oh, we didn't want to ruin his future over one mistake, right? Like, that's what they say, right? And so I'm like, I don't know, I read that and I was like, okay, that's laying it on a little thick here, but I don't know. The comparison is valid, except Adam murdered people, so I'm sort of like, you know,
But maybe they didn't want to believe that he was like that it was just myths or propaganda.
I guess. I don't know. I find it weird that they would use that sort of real world thing in this context. Like, Adam was a terrorist and a murderer and, like, a bunch of things.
I feel like it would be thick if they were like, well, we just thought boys will be boys. They didn't go that far.
They do say that. They say, like, basically, they do. That's where I'm saying it goes a little thick because later they say that, like, girls are supposed to love boys and civilize them and, like, make them gentle and stuff like that. Like, she's saying that, like, that's what society expects, but you don't have to do that sort of thing. But I'm like, okay, well, that's getting a little... I mean, it's true.
I think it's a valid point.
It is a valid point.
And I feel like...
I was just like, oh,
I don't know. They didn't use a lot of the buzzwords.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a buzz phrase.
Maybe that's a little buzzy, but they didn't use a lot. They didn't use a lot of the buzzwords that come to mind for me.
But I was looking at it, and I was.
I guess
it
lands differently for different people.
Yeah, I mean, again, like Adam is abusive, so I think the comparison is ample. Valid. If that makes sense, it makes sense to have that sort of comparison. But I looked at it, and I'm like, we're getting like really like into real world, like, oh, girls are supposed to civilize boys and tame them and like make them into better people. Like, it's that idea of like, oh, you know, well, you have to make him better, you have to help him, like if he's abusive you have to fix him, right? There's always that like thing in society, like you as the woman, you need to fix him. Which
I feel like I want them to at least touch on that because they have like an abusive partner relationship, and they talk about like maybe post-traumatic stress, maybe more with Yang than with
I doubt
Blake.
that they'll talk about that in the show, but maybe in the comics it will continue. Again, it's not like, I'm not criticizing them for doing that, because I think they do need to bring up the points. It's the buzzwords and the points where I'm like, some people may immediately look at that and roll their eyes. Right? And so that's my only thing, is like, not us. I'm just saying, like, maybe somebody reading the comment would be like, oh, Ruby's getting too political for me.
But
and they're less likely to listen. That's the only thing. Like, if you can deliver your point in a different way, maybe we could reach those people easier.
Maybe.
The ones who defend Adam for what they did. But
I feel like the people
somebody's
who are
gonna see this and be like, oh, the buzzwords, like they're like Me Tooing Ruby or something.
I don't think that they used as many buzzwords.
I know, but I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying, Hunter?
And I don't think we're gonna get those people anyways.
Maybe. I don't know. I've seen some very strange hot takes about this specific one, but anyway.
Anyway, so they just straight
find
up
the fish.
That's typically not how you fish to them. Jump in and then
Blake has this little fucking pole, and I'm like, what is that gonna do, sis? So they find the legendary big fish.
Big fish, big boy.
Which is like a very much of a turn. It's like, okay, well, we had to, we talked you off the ledge. Let's go back to fishing.
Let's go fishing. Also, look at that face that they're making. They're excellent faces here.
Again, I like the comic and like what it like established, in this chapter. It's just like.
Please tell me you screenshot when Blake takes the net. Cause look at that little stupid net.
I was
what are you gonna do?
She stabbed him in the gill or something.
That isn't how you fish.
Well,
you don't. I guess you can. I guess people do spear fishes, but like with spears, not with a net.
Well, they got him in the gill and then he couldn't breathe.
I guess so. I love how that fish has little like eyes.
Hey, don't kill yourself, but let's kill this legendary giant tuna that's in the.
I guess we gotta eat. I don't know.
But still, I don't know. I think that's funny. Like, we were talking about death and
it is a real tonal difference.
All that stuff, and then they just kill a fish like it's like nothing.
Sorry, we were talking about your boyfriend, but hark! A fish!
Yeah,
the big
I don't know.
one.
It's just like, do deer faunists get offended that people kill and eat deer?
Well, they're not animals.
No, but it's still, like, there are people that have half fish parts. Like, would Blake salivate? Okay, so that's interesting. Would Blake look at somebody with a fish tail and be like, damn, I'm hungry?
Would their fish meat taste like human?
No, it would taste like fish. That's what I'm saying.
I wonder if that would be really fucked up if there's
just like banned in fauna society, like because it's cannibalism, but it's also not, is it?
I've read some RWBY horror fan fictions where they like eat like velvet or like Weiss.
That's what I'm saying.
In like high society, they eat faunus, but it was never
people
like
eat rabbit.
Yeah.
And people eat cow, and people eat pig, right?
Yes.
So if you're a pig faunus,
yes,
like.
But like you look more like a human than you do like a pig.
But still.
Would it be like if you liked both human meat and pig meat? Would it be like an in between?
No. I'm saying again for the fish example. If somebody has a long fish tail, is Blake gonna be like, damn, I'm hungry?
I mean, probably not.
Like that looks good, man. That's a nice juicy tail on that mermaid over there. Like, is she gonna want to eat that?
Okay, so like hypothetically, you really like Korean barbecue.
Okay.
And you like putting that Korean barbecue like marinade on every meat.
Sure.
And you're like, I bet you it would taste good in humans.
No, I'm just saying like if
like
a human
it might, but you don't do it.
If a human had an animal part.
Yeah.
Is that part human or is that part animal?
He's a faunus, so I mean,
I know. I'm just saying. You guys
they're
understand
a person.
what I'm saying?
I feel like this is like PETA could use this for like a go vegan campaign of like, would you eat Sun Wukong? Some might.
I'm just saying,
but you
like,
probably
if
shouldn't.
I was Velvet, I'd be a little worried, okay? Like, I look like a rabbit, like, for anyone.
Velvet should be worried, man. I read those comics. Weiss straight up ate her. That wasn't good.
Oh, you mean the fanfics?
Yeah, the fanfics.
You said
not
comics,
the comics,
I was like,
fanfic.
but yeah. So that's all that ran through my head at this moment. I was just sort of like...
So...
Would Blake eat a fish person is what I'm asking. No, I'm serious!
The poor writer of this was like, we're gonna talk about parental love and moving on from, like, trauma, and you're like, I wonder if Blake wants to eat a fish faunus.
I like it. I like all that. I like that part of the comic. I hope that everybody gets it and the comics don't turn them off from that very, like, valuable message and all that stuff like I mentioned earlier, but...
I really liked this comic.
Anyway, I really liked this.
I love seeing more menagerie. I liked... Oh, yeah.
So here's this fucking bullshit, okay? So, what is this? The contents of his fucking stomach? Are you guys eating the fish intestines? Like, how the fuck did that get out of there? Because this is meat. What is this? What the fuck are these?
I don't know. Tuna? Well, tuna's very fatty, so that could be, like, the fatty bits.
But, like, this would be in its stomach.
It would be.
Or its poop area.
Well, you shouldn't be eating that. You have to
What the fuck are you eating, Blake? And then it's the bottle cap that you threw away in the ocean.
You know what I think actually happened? I actually think, like, Gear or, like, one of the cooks was drinking that same sunflower thing, and they popped it off by accident and fell in it, and he didn't want to reach in. He was like,
I like the comic, but this is also what I mean by this may make people roll their eyes like, oh yeah, she found the bottle cap in the fish because Yang's the one that came back. Like, I don't know.
In my mind, it's a coincidence.
I think it's cute.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. I can just see people being like, really, DC? Like, we're all adults.
I really liked this comic.
I really like this one too. I'm just thinking about what other people would say. That's all that I'm like thinking about. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to say playing devil's advocate for, because I also don't think that they're right, but I can also see why people still have a problem with this one, just because it's like, yeah.
But art was really excellent.
I think the art was the most consistent it's ever been.
So cute.
Good for
I
them.
just love like their faces. And
Callie has a very nice personality in this one. So
I'm
like
upset that we don't get we probably won't get to see more of Kylie and Gear in the show proper.
Yeah.
Someone better be drinking like this sunflower pop. So on like a scale of out of 10 screaming human talking ravens, I think I give this like a 7. I give this an 8.
Okay, so human talking ravens is like a 0?
0 talking ravens is bad.
Okay.
10 talking ravens.
Yeah, I would give
perfect.
this an 8. I would give this an 8 as well.
It was pretty good.
I still think that this was a good one. It was just, again, there were just the fish. The fish got me. Like, I was just like, what is that, Hunter? What is it? Do we know?
It also kind of looks like a ring as well. Like in that shot, it looks like a ring.
Like, I don't
Wait a
know.
minute. Okay, yeah, no, that is just a ring because she says the bottle cap. Or wait, no, she says the bottle cap. No, the one. Oh no, that's the ring.
Oh.
That's not the bottle cap. That's the ring.
Oh, so we're stupid.
Oh, we're just dumb. That's not the bottle cap. That's the ring. She says no. That's
Is she gonna give that to Yang? Like Yang, the ring I found in the
Oh,
water
that would be so
to
cute.
commemorate our love. I like
Oh,
that.
we're dumb. No, that's just a ring. Okay.
Yeah, so she hoped it would be the bottle cap.
I mean, I guess it's like a really big tuna, so it was old. So
Yeah.
I guess it. Okay, cool.
It was the ring from who knows how long ago.
Wow,
But-
people are watching this video screaming at us, hoping that we notice that that's the ring.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this light part was just the inside.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
What
Now
if,
it's like an
like-
8.5
What if
Screaming
Blake
Ravens.
is like, there was a story, like about
Oh, that would be so cute.
Faunus princess and the human, and she threw herself off a cliff.
You know how...
But I never want us to be apart, Blake. Will you marry me?
COVID-19, you better wash your hands afterwards.
Anyway, so stay away from me, Hunter. So yeah.
You grabbed my hand. Have you finished Full Metal Alchemist yet?
No.
Okay, never mind then.
Anyways. Yeah, that's it. I would love
I
that
just
if
want
Blake
their-
proposed her on the
Yes,
show
and they
using
use
that
that
ring.
ring.
People would be like, where the fuck did that come from? But we would know.
We would
Yeah.
know.
Anyway, so it's been real. It's been fun. And we will see you guys later. Bye.